Hi everyone, welcome to Hilltop View Journals. Today we're going to finish decorating our mini journal covers. I hope you will join me. So I'm going to make a pocket here first, and I want it to be a little bit longer so I can give myself some extra space in it. I'm using a bit of scrap from the other piece. So let's just give myself a little bit of a gusset there. I've got this here. Let's see if I can get it off. Right, so let's fold that in. Right, and then just mite those edges. And then we can give ourselves a little bit of a bottom piece. Let's take these edges off as well. And I just need to round that corner just a tad. Okay, I'm going to ink around this and I'm going to stitch and I'll be right back. That's all stitched now, so I forgot to mite to the top here so it doesn't stick out. And we can pop that on. So I'm going to use my glue gun because it'll be quicker to dry. And I thought we could then make a little cluster on this as well, although this is very pretty, but I just thought I've got a little bit of spare lace. So I've got that pretty bit there. And let's look here. Got this piece here that I could cut. Probably too small. A little flower there, little fabric flower. So I think that's pretty, quite delicate. And in here, I'm going to put a tag. And again, these are all going to be going under the heavy books. And I think I'll put that one in there, like that. And on this side, so I decided to go with a belly band, and what I've done is I've just folded a piece, a little strip, and I'm going to glue the back so it'd be nice and secure. And then the items will fit inside there. But before I do that, I was thinking of just having a little bit of play with some loose items, loose scraps from my sewing machine. And I was thinking if I could just pop a little flower there. Oh, there. I think Yeah, maybe there. Let's turn it round. I'm trying to work out, no, it goes that way. So it's probably a little bit bulky. Let's see if I can thin it out a bit. So I'm not sure which way it goes. So I'm going to glue the back and go as quickly as I can. And what I wanted to do was make a journaling card. I've got some scraps here, but I'm not sure if any of them will fit in there. No. So that would fit in there. Oh yes, that'll fit in there as well. So I like those. Okay, I think we can go with them. So I got this piece of scrap. Is it big enough? No. So I think I need to back these, because I think they'll just slip in and out otherwise. So I'm just going to go and back these now. So I backed them onto some spare watercolour card. Well, it's not really watercolour, it's cheap mixed media card that I just used some leftover paint on. And then I just inked around the edges and stitched. And I rounded the corners as well. And what I thought I would do is just add a little flower to the belt there. And on this one, I did want to add some more of this loose thread, which I appreciate is not everybody's cup of tea, but as this is a sewing themed journal, I thought it was okay to do. So I'll have to go up the top here, which is a shame because it's got some lovely flowers, but it'll interfere, I think, with the belly band if I don't put it up the top. And then some glue on here. Okay, so that's the inside of that one. So I'm really happy with that, and I like that I can still see the background. And I could cover the spine, but by the time the signatures go in, you probably won't see whatever it covers anyway. So this does need to have a closure. So let's do that now. And I just want to see where I am punching here. I'm going to use my big crocodile. It is going to go through the flower, but that's okay. I don't mind that. Okay, and let's sort of line this up a little bit. So it's about there. And let's get some eyelets. And I think we'll have some rose gold for these ones. Oh, I knew I was going to do it. I just knew it. I put the... yeah, I put it in the tag. Yeah, of course I have. She'll have to fix that later. Okay, and let's have a look. What can we put on there? I think some white twine, I think, would be nice. Okay. Seem to have lost a bit of the paint, but there. So that will tie nicely. And of course we need some dangles on the string, so we'll go and have to find some of those in a little bit. I'm trying to work out where that blue thread has come from. I think it was just on my twine. So I like that, it's really cute. And not too sure what I'm going to do about that tag. It's so funny. I got to laugh at myself. I should, you know, lesson learned, just take your tags out before you punch your holes and your eyelets in. I might just leave it in there for poos and giddles. I haven't got any dangly bits in front of me, so I will grab those in a little bit and pop them on. Okay, so let's do this one next. And what I was thinking of doing was adding this to the front because it fits perfectly. So I made this in a previous video, and when I was doing my grid journaling and swatching. But what I might do is make it slightly smaller and then add some fabric on the back, because I think that would look tremendously pretty. Don't know what fabric I could use though, so I'm going to have a quick look and I'll get some dangly bits at the same time. So I've got my dangles. It's one of my pet hates, fiddling with those and putting them on the string. I've cut this down a little bit, obviously not straight, as you can see. Let me just try and tidy that up. It looks dreadful. How did I get that so bad? I don't think that's much of an improvement, actually. And I've cut this to shape as well. So I'm going to leave a little bit more on the bottom than the top, so I can put my paper clip on. And I'm just going to add some glue on the back of this to secure it in place. Just tacking it down just a little bit. There we go. So that then will go on the top, and I might trim it a little bit more down the bottom. I could secure that in place, I could glue it down, but I quite like it loose actually. And the other thing I could do as well is add some paper, some scrap papers behind it, and create a little notebook. So that would be an idea. But there you go. So, oh, let's do a bit more gluing. So that is the front of the journal. Not too sure what I'm going to do in the back. And I'm pretty unsure what I'm going to do in here as well. But I think what I'm going to do is make the most of that paper clip there And I think I will put one more of my doodles. So we've got a nice little cute little one there. And I was thinking, I think that would look nice because there's some nice yellow in there. So we need to put some string on this. So I'm going to use some wax thread. So these are buttons cut out of RachandBella's Ephemera, and I've just added some, let's have a look. I don't know what I've done with the bottle. I think it might be buried under my desk somewhere. But it's glossy accents. That's what I've used with it. To give it that shiny exterior. If I find the bottle, I will show you what it looks like. Probably would have looked better with just 2 maybe, but anyway, I've done 4 now, so I'm not going to take it loose. And I'm just going to go all the way around. And a bit in the middle for good luck. Pop that on like that. And then that can go in there. And again, I would definitely consider adding some scrap paper to that. In fact, why don't I do it right now? Because I've got scrap papers in front of me. I don't mind them showing actually. So if I just stagger them a little bit. And I'm going to pop a little paper clip, which is black, but don't worry about it. Right there. And let's trim this down. It might be easier to cut it actually. Possibly would have been easier to cut it before I stapled it. Okay, so that's that like that. So I think that looks really pretty. And I think I will leave the back there, otherwise it'll get too bulky. And we've just got something to do on the back here. So I could add another one of my doodles. Don't know which is best. I think I might add that one. And I think I will glue that in place. And let's put some of this on the back. Oop, that didn't do anything. see if I glue this, I think. Okay, so that's that one, ready for some journal pages. And we've got that one. And the last one is this one, which I have now folded. And I'm just going to go and sand, and I'm going to round these corners a bit and do a little bit of distressing. So this is the blue one, and for this one I'm going to do some simple collaging on the front using scraps I've got left over. And all I'm going to do is just add these pieces of paper here, and I need to find something contrasting which I should have thought of before I turn my camera on, so bear with me just 1 second. And I'm back. I was just checking to see if that had any gross words on it. I don't think it does. So that's going to go on top there. And then it's going to be covered up. But that's what collage is all about. So I'm going to pop that doily on there. And I'm going to use this tag because I love this tag. So I am hopelessly trying to do subtle, but it is most definitely a struggle. Okay, so I'm going to, I think what I'll do is I'll take this off. Oh, where was that bit? Something like that. And then let's glue the back first. That's all glued in place. And then I think I will glue the tag down. Now I'm just thinking, as I'm doing this, let me lift that tag up. I could put some ribbon behind this so that I've already got a closure. So that might be an idea actually. So I've got some seam binding which I have cut in half and stitched just to keep it in, but you know, stop it from fraying. And I'm just looking to see how much of this I need to give a nice bow. It should be on the side there, so just so I need just a little bit less than that. Okay. Let's guesstimate. Make sure this is the right way up. And shall glue this in place, and I think I'll start by gluing it on the spine. Of course it's not straight. Of course it's not straight. Why would I ever do it straight? Now I can glue this on. So let's start with this bit. Try and get it fairly central-ish. And then I'm going to secure it in place. And then I'm going to glue this to make it like a belly band. And I need to decide what I'm going to put underneath there. And I was thinking of doing something like this, but it is quite a lot bigger. But I would really like to have something like that there. So I'm going to cut it down and see what it looks like without cutting too much of the image. Yes, I think that would look really pretty there. So I need to back it and do some stitching. Go and stitch. I'd like to put an eyelet in this. I think it would look pretty. But what would also look pretty before I do that is one of the faux buttons. Oh, I do like a faux button. So look what else I got here. So I've got that one. Oh, that's pretty. We've got a pink one. No, it gets drowned out a bit. And we've got this one. think it's going to be that one, so I shall very quickly just add in some thread. You can't actually see the thread that much. I think it's the way I cut the holes. But anyway, I can put that there, or we could put it there and an eyelet there, but I think that'll be just too much, so I'm just going to go with the button for now. I'm going to pop that in there, and what I need to do is glue on either side so that it stays nice and snug in there, but I don't want to glue it to the actual cover because I think I'd like to put something behind it as well. So I just glue that like that for now. Try and do this straight. I feel like I'm all fingers and thumbs today. It's quite snug. And I have got some more tags and things. So I could, you know, pop a tag in there like that, but I'd like to maybe have a think about what tags I want. But that's that in there. Now in the middle, now it's too nice in the middle. So what I'm going to do, so I really don't want to cover the middle, is I will, when I put the journal signatures in, I will put some ephemera on the front of the journal signatures and keep that like that because it's just way too pretty. So that's that cover there, and I'm going to tidy my desk up and then we'll have a wrap up. So here are my 3 mini journals. We've got this mini journal with a removable cover, or a little topper, and it also holds inside a little notebook there with some doodles and watercolour from our mixed media sessions. And I love the inside. I just love this image. And on the back we've got another little doodle and my attempt of a hummingbird, and that's all I want to say about that. And we've got the next size up then, which I've used scraps all over the front, and then we've put a closure here with some dingly dangles, and then inside we've got a belly band. And we've also got a pocket, and we've used images from the kit and also lots of scraps there. So that is that one. And finally, we've got the larger of the 3 journals, and we created a collage on the front with a tag and images from the kit and scraps from the kit. Haven't done anything to this yet. I'm going to have a think about it. No need to rush. And here then we've just used the closure as a simple belly band and added a journaling card there, which again I could either add some paper to make a little notebook. Could have a mini journal actually, that would work really well there. It's a mini journal, a mini journal, and or I can fit some tags and things in the back. And I have left the inside as is because it is beautiful all on its own. So I hope you'll join me for my next video where I will be making the journal signatures. I'm hoping to do something slightly different with these journals because they are mini journals. Also be making some more ephemera, as this week for the 100 days of junk journaling ideas is all about vintage and ephemera themes. So we're going to be working in these little journals, and hopefully by the end of the week I would like to think I can finish at least one of these. That's the aim. So I do hope you've enjoyed this. Please do let me know what you think in the comments, and give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget, I'm taping this on Sunday this week, so what is it, Sunday the 11th? Yeah, and today is Kate from Pixie K Design, so please do go and check out her lovely video on vintage and ephemera themes, and please do follow along everybody else who's taking part in the challenge this week. I am on day 88, I believe, of my personal 100-day challenge, so I'm getting closer and closer to the end, and yep, I'm looking forward to having a break after it. But anyway, I will hopefully get there, so yeah, I need you to cheer me on. But for now, I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.